come. Yeah, we got turffontein behind us. It's Guineas Day. That's right. It's the first of our 5-day championships, and we look forward to this season ahead. Trust that everything's been well with you. We have got our social media lined up for you. We are on Twitter. We each got our own accounts, and so does Weighted to Win have an account, and there it is, at Weighted to Win. And a WhatsApp number on there for you. You can send your selections to us. Tell us what your pick sixes you're taking. It'll be lovely to try and find another Daryl Marie or Darren Burrows. Who knows? If there's somebody out there, that'll be wonderful to have you on our show. Daryl, turffontein looking in tip-top shape. I know there's been a bit of rain, but I think after speaking to Kenny, who looks after the track there at turffontein, he's quite confident we're in for a good day. There'll be rain about, I'm told, but so what?
What's the forecast temperature, Claude, for tomorrow?
I'm not sure exactly.
Yeah, let's have a look quickly.
All right, have a look.
26 degrees.
Beautiful. All right,
make your way out there.
Yes, of course. And Mary Slack, thank you so much. And Warren Tannis, thank you so much. I mean, they're two loyal supporters of the business, have been for a long time. Mary sponsoring this. It's more than a decade now, I believe. And the Wilgeborst Drift. And, of course, Warren Tannis with World Sports Betting. Let's talk about the first, Daryl. Let me talk about the Illabella at in 1160. Market on, we're doing this Friday, by the way. And Winter Muse for Joey Soma, number 11 on the card, who's a 2-1. And 9-2 and better about the others.
Yeah, talking about Mary Slacklard, she retains Samanga Kamolo.
Right.
And have a look. He's not on the one who he rode last time out. He finished second on Fields of Grace.
Yeah, I think there'd be discretion in that regard. If Samanga says, I don't believe that Mary would.
So what does that say? The 11's a live way.
Pretty much so.
Because she's been off the track 128 days.
Yeah.
She's fit enough to make a winning comeback.
And Joey's in good form, eh?
But I watched her on debut. She quickened up extremely well down the inside.
Yeah.
Asia Pambile is a well above average filly herself.
Yeah.
Plenty of scope for improvement. Clyde, she actually beat a filly called Splendid Season, right? Who holds who's number 7 of here?
Happy Vibes.
Happy Vibes. And there's not much between Happy Vibes and Tony Peters' filly.
Gotcha.
So everything points towards winning. Winter Muse making a winning return.
All right, well, let's see if Darren Burrows is on the same page as you. Darren, you read it in the same way?
Definitely, Clyde. If this filly's not in need of one comeback run, she'll take a power of beating. She did show pace on debut, and she stayed on all the way to the line. I think she could have a lot of ability. And in her favour, on a bit of a soft track, the middle outside draws are favoured by at least a length or two. So Winter Muse, I think she'll open the meeting.
Okay. So there's a bit of confidence. What are we doing then, guys? This first race, let's have a look to what the selections are from the Weighted to Win team. And they both agree that they're backing Winter Muse. All right, bipod time on Guineas Day. Let's get those bipods going. The second race, number 7, Edward Wright, tops the boards at 2-1. Darren, the second race being, what is it? The WSB Spinner Winner Maiden Plate. The form line of the early favourite hasn't really worked out at this point in time. Anyway, Darren.
I agree, and he's drawn 1, so that's not in his favour. So I thought a horse like Black Egret, now he's well overdue his maiden victory. He brings some solid form lines into the race, and he could finally get it right at the 6th time of asking. I do believe this horse could go on to win a couple, so maybe this is his day. Elusive Justice did catch my eye on debut. He was outpaced, ran on when the race was over, and Keegan Namelo in the saddle. So 1, 8, 7, and then I don't know too much about Back in Business, the first timer.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's Joe Soma's first timer there. I believe there's been a bit of support.
There has, Clyde, 7-1 into what now?
4-1. 4-1 at the moment, yeah.
Yeah, follow the mark closer to race time because we all know Anti-Poster takes a pittance to Schwartz in a first timer.
Right.
Unfortunately, no comment with regards to either of the first timers, the 6 and the 9, so we are in the dark. Black Egret, very costly to follow, but Clyde is going to break through his maiden any day soon. And like Darren touched on, he's certainly not going to retire a one-time winner. So a healthy respect for him. Out of the two Johan Janse van Vuren horses, I'm favouring number 8, Elusive Justice. I watched his debut carefully. He was very green behind runners on that occasion. He was certainly doing his best work late, and he's going to love the additional furlong. I'd even follow him once he goes further because I don't believe this is his optimum trip. And then Edward Ra, I think he ran above expectations on debut. He gave his stable companion, the filly, a big scare in the latter stages. Concerns about the strength of that form line.
Yeah. That hasn't worked out, but you never know. Let's put a buy pot up now for race 2. Will there be more money for the first time or not? But here's the market. Darryl's buy pot anyway, where he's going 178. Watch the market closely, though, as you've heard the guys say. Then 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 7, 8, 9, 10. Fourth leg of the buy pot, 3 and 12 by 1 and 6. And right at the back, 1, 3, 5. Hello everybody, welcome back to Weighted to Win, the third race on the card now. We're looking at this as the Nightingale Pinnacle Stakes. It's over 2,400 metres, just so that you know. We're doing this on Friday. Number 7, as far as we're aware, has been taken out, so that's not running anymore. You can hurry, love. There's 6 of them left in the race, Darren, and market-wise, Zeus is top of the boards, joined with 5 Arimagum at 28 to 10 the pair.
Yes, a small competitive field. Marching on together, the Evergreen Soldier, 7-year-old, 10-time winner, 17 places. What a horse to own. He ran second to Zeus last time out. He came back at Zeus the final 100, and he's 2 kilos better off. And then you got a Rumor Gum who beat Marching On Together 2 lengths, and he's 2 kilos worse off. So Marching On Together is 2 kilos better off with Zeus and a Rumor Gum. So those 3 have to go in. And then Shangani, the Gold Cup winner, returns after a break and has to give them a lot of weight.
Yeah, Shangani back with Tony.
Yes, there is a comment from Tony. Coming off a rest, may need. So not a lot of confidence coming from his side, Clyde. We know that he's got the class, but 2450 or 2400 on the stand side track, may need of the outing. Can't.
It's tough.
Yeah. So we respect that comment. Thank you, Tony. Zeus, Marching On Together, Rumagam. Darren's touched on all 3 of those. Not much separating the bunch of them, and they should run decent races. Once again, Wayo and Wes, they're on fire. This horse, number 6, Imperial Master, Clyde. Last time out, he was closing in hand over fist beyond Tababua. He has run over 2400 in the past. I think that was only his 5th start. So he's certainly strengthened up since then. The last time he went an extended trip was over 2200. He ran 3rd. I think with 50 kilograms to shoulder, he's a live wire over here. And you can't discount Imperial Ruby either, Clyde. Look at his last 3 or 4 starts. He's never got to the front, and he's most dangerous when he leads. But he certainly looks like he's lost the pot recently.
Too muchness, huh?
Yeah. I've put 4 in over here, Clyde. So I will get through.
Yep.
I might only come through with 1.
Yeah, possible. You can run this race over and over and over again. I think you'll get a different result. Let's have a look at the PAs. We're going into the following. 3, 4, 5, 6 by Banker 9, the second leg. By Banker 3, by 1 and 6, by 1, 3, 5, by 8 and 10, and 4 and 7. Back with us now, we move on to pick 6s. It's time for that. Race number 4 in the card. And we're expecting a healthy pool this afternoon or Saturday afternoon as well. It's the Athena handicap. It's run over 1160 metres. Darren, top of the board at the moment is that horse Munchkin, number 8 on the card at 9 to 2. Number 9, Kalahari Blue, 6 to 1. 3, the Mauritian, 15 to 2. And number 7, Kian the Conqueror is also at 15 to 2. 8 to 1 and better about the others. What do you make of it?
My first 2 choices will be numbers 8 and 9. Now, Munchkin comes with a big reputation, was beaten by Kian the Conqueror on debut, half a length. But he put that run behind him and he won with ease next time out. But Kalahari Blue, now this horse I labeled last time out. He jumped really awkwardly. He lost his race at the start, and he was down the inside of the track, not in his favor. This time he's drawn 15. Perfect draw. So 8 and 9, I'm not going to split, and then include Good Queen Bess and See in the Conqueror.
Okay. Interesting race because there's some horses that certainly can put it together. In particularly Munchkin, I was impressed with that, and that form has been fairly solid. I mean, I'm having a look at it now, where we've got Tonight came out and won. Viva Vegas came out and won as well, and there have been a few places as well in there. So, and a nice looker, Munchkin.
Absolutely, Clyde. I don't know if you recall when we had the X-ray. You were at the X-ray.
Yes, Marco.
Yeah, Marco said, "Boys, I'll be back on the 4th for my boy."
Right.
And this is it. Number 7, Key and the Conqueror.
Okay.
If you fancy him, you have to fancy Munchkin. I mean, there's very little separating the two of them. And they meet at the same weight terms. Both up-and-coming 3-year-olds, lightly raced, plenty more to offer, but both returning from a rest. And they're taking on a horse like number 9, Kalahari Blue. Much better than his latest start. Just put a line through that effort, Clyde. He has run well above his rating in the past. And what did you touch on at the gravel poly track? You called it that Anton Marcus strip.
Anton Marcus Lane, yes.
Yeah, you got him drawn high. There's no pace on the outside. He's got fitness on his side. I'm hoping he's allowed to bowl. And I'm happy enough to bank him in the PA. Okay. And then pinch it last time out. He tried a little bit extra. But I think that race came too soon for him. So I wouldn't be shocked to see him in the money.
Yeah. Nice big bowler too. Lovely horse. All right, let's put up, what have we got? A pick 6? I think it's Darren Burrows that's worked this out for us. And Darren's going 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9 in the first leg of the pick 6. Second leg, banker number 3. So Darren's into this horse in race 5. Big Burn by 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 10 and 14. By 1, 3, 7. By 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11. And the final leg of the Guineas pick 6, 4 and 10. Race number 5, let's get on to it. Big Burn is the banker, as you know. We saw that pick 6 earlier. We're going to go to Darren and talk to him about her and ask why. There's the weighted to win handle on your screen at the bottom over there somewhere. Yeah, there it is. And 069 164 3272. As we look at this race, let's talk about it, Darren. The 5th race, opening leg of the jackpot on Guineas Day. It's the World Sports Betting Tommy Hotspur Stakes, over 1,000 metres. And we know Big Burn can certainly run.
Yes, and she likes to bowl along, and she's drawn hard up on the outside, which is in her favour. And I looked at dangers, and I thought a lot of these horses are not 1,000-metre horses, like Bon Vivant, Smorgasbord, Valdorcia, and a couple of others. I really believe in the manner in which she won her last 2 starts. Even though she hasn't got the 4 kilo claim this time, I think she's very well above average. She's placed in the computer form sprint in the past. I think back to best, she should win.
Yeah, she should. She's very good.
Yeah.
I mean, she's top class. She really is top class. And why can't she win? I mean, what's the reason that she can't win?
From a 4 kg appy, you
worry about the weights?
He admittedly in his latest post-race interview said he moved too soon on her in a penultimate victory. Last time out, he sat a little bit longer, and she absolutely blew away the field. Richard Free, drawn on the right side. Admittedly, she's been slung in her latest 2 victories. Yeah, she does come into the race best weighted, but only a pound or half a kilogram ahead of a few others, Clyde. So, the fact that she's in cracking form currently, over a course and distance that she's very effective over, she is going to be the horse to beat. I think she ran second over this course and distance to Master Archie in the computer form sprint. So I like her chances. And then I had a look at a run on the 29th of September, Clyde. Yeah, you got number 12, Faraway Winter, who beat Karanga Tang on that occasion, right? He beat him, and he's 4 kilograms better off. How are they betting with
Faraway Winter 14 to 1.
And what price Karanga Tang?
Karanga Tang currently 7 to 2. Makes no sense.
How do you explain that?
Can't.
Anyway.
So, Far Away Winter, you're putting in the race?
I'm saying Far Away Winter, he went into my bar pot. I fancy the chances of Big Burn. I think she could score the hat-trick.
Right.
But Far Away Winter, he's a nice up-and-coming 3-year-old sprinter. He's only got 50 kilograms to shoulder. I think he'll race well fresh. So for me, 3 from 12.
Okay, interesting. There's a bit of value found there with the Aussie horse, Far Away Winter here. And, let's see what we're doing. It's a jackpot. Let's put it up. Darren's bankering the 3, doesn't want to know about Big Burn. Daryl has respect for number 12. Then 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 10, 14, second leg by 1, 3, 7, and then the whole field at the back. It's a 252 Rand jackpot. It's the Wilgeborst Drift Gauteng Fillies Guineas. It's a race that's run over the mile. It's the first leg of the Triple Tiara, and it's a strong race. There's some quality horses in here. Darren, I want to talk to you first and ask you about Give Me a Shot. It does seem to be well above average, trading 16 to 10.
Yes, Clyde, this filly is top class. I was hoping that she was drawn 1 to 5 or 1 to 6, but she's drawn out at 11, and that is my only concern. I'm just hoping that she can get into a decent position. For that reason, I've covered her with horses like Emirate Gina. Now, last time out, I thought thrown in the deep end, she won a cracking race. Now, if this filly does happen to win the fillies Guineas, she could be a serious Triple Crown contender, because if you look at her dam, I mean, she won the Sun Classique handicap over 2,400 meters. She stayed all day, ran second in the Stayers Stakes over 2,800. So there could be a lot of stamina on Emirate Genia's pedigree. Feather Boa's got to come into the race as well with a realistic chance. And then I thought a horse like Lady of Power, I think she's under the radar still, and she's got ability.
Yeah, you're right. There are a couple, and in particular, Emirate Gina, because she, like Give Me a Shot's also in very good form at the moment, so it's interesting.
Yes, Clyde, I don't believe there's much separating number 1, Give Me a Shot, and number 2, Feather Boa. They met in the Starling Stakes. Feather Boa beat her. Then last time out, it all went wrong for Feather Boa. The stable companion took her out. It was a cracking effort. The fact that she got as close as what she did. I think what's going to separate the two of them today is Give Me a Shot has had a prep run. And we saw last time out in a prep run that she's got enough pace to lead over 6 furlongs. She's got enough pace to overcome that draw. The question has to remain, will she work to get there? So there is a little bit of doubt with regards to her chances. Feather Boa is going to drop in. She's going to be running on.
Yeah.
And she's probably in need of this outing. So I don't think the race stops over there between the 1 and 2, although they are the class packages.
Okay.
Number 6,
Who else is
Ferrari
in here?
Gold. You can see she's had horrible draws in the past. Now she's had that run, and from a 1 draw, she should get the run of the race.
Yep.
And Muzi said, I think she's better with 1 leading her. So she'll be put in the right position, and she's got the racing fitness on her side. And then you got a filly like number 10, Lady of Power, unexposed of this trip. She's by Master My Fate out of a Fort Worth dam. She's going to love the step up in trip. I will not read into the fact that she's out at the weights in terms of ratings over here because she's unexposed of this trip. She could be anything. So
And a beautiful long striding filly, eh?
Yes, if she goes handy, Clyde, I wouldn't be surprised to see her trot up because she's certainly well above average, and she's at 25 to 1. I think she's certainly has value written all over her.
Okay. That's number 10, Lady of Power, 25 to 1. Jackpot 2 from our perspective. We're going to have a look at that now. Daryl's gone 1, 2, 6, and 10. He's putting quite a few horses in there and looking for some value. By 1, 3, 5, by 1, 8, 10, by 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and 10. On that note, I can tell you when I spoke to Michael Azzi a little while ago, I can tell you they rate Give Me a Shot very highly. The turn of the world sports betting Gauteng Guineas. It's a Group 2 over the mile, and in this being the first leg of the Triple Crown. And a good race. Some quality horses at line up here too. Looking forward to the race, actually, where number 1, Shoemaker, is the 28-10 favourite. Lovely horse. Number 2, East Coast, is at 11-2 with the 3, Royal Victory, trading 11-2. And number 6, Anfield's Rockets, at 15-2. 4, Money Heist, 17-2, and 12-1 in bed of the others. That was Friday. Darren, I'll come to you. Let's talk about Shoemaker, top of the board. You make it the horse to beat?
Clyde, it all depends on the pace of the race. In the Dingons, they went an absolute crawl, and it cost Shoemaker victory because off a slow run race, they sprinted top of the straight, and he couldn't quite get to them. So if there's a decent pace, I'm not too concerned about the draw. He's going to drop in well off the pace, and he will be flying at them. So horses like Royal Victory come into the race with a big chance. The blinkers sharpen him up, and he was very impressive last time out. Argo Ali is a horse I included at 25-1. I think he's loaded with ability, and we could start seeing much better form from Argo Ali.
That may well be the case. Your side, Daryl?
We have to touch on that run in the Graham Beck with Shoemaker. I mean, we all know he should have won effortlessly on that occasion. He got taken up a few times. So I'm expecting him to reverse the form with Anfield's Rockets on that start. And I'm expecting him to confirm the form with the balance of the field, except for Royal Victory, who since then has been fitted with a set of blinkers. And we saw what positive impact that had last time out.
Yeah.
He's also had a recent run, so he's racing fitness. He's been on the Highveld for quite some time. He's acclimatized. He's a lovely sort. So respect for the 1 and the 3. And then Unzen, last time I Clyde, his first run as a gelding, super impressive. This horse has got a ton of ability, and I think he's got a lot more to offer. I'm really keen to see how number 5 goes here.
Okay, so 1 and 3 for you.
1, 3, 5.
1 and 3, and you're putting 5 in the play. Okay, and it's interesting because Royal Victory was impressive last time out, and Michael de Kock will have an idea with Royal Victory and Shoemaker, and it's going to be an interesting race because there are a few, as you heard from Darren as well, that have got winning chances here. Who will be our first leg of the Triple Crown winner? Well, we'll find out, of course, come race time. Let's take a look at what the guys are doing for this event. Darren Burrows putting a pick 3 together. He's going 1 Shoemaker, 3 Royal Victory, like 7 Argo Alley, then Field, and then 4 and 10 in his third leg of the pick 3. On to the Velvet Green Handicap. It's a divided fillies and mares. It's over 1,400 metres. The market on Friday has top of the boards number 1, Emerald Princess at 9-2, joint with the 8, Wakanda, Darren. I think you had a couple in the pick 3 here. What do you like? Just remind me.
I had the Field in the pick 3, Clyde. So I found this race very open. Now, this filly, Juliet Tango, she's had a comeback run over a mile. I think she'll be more suited to the 14, but may need another run. Emerald Princess could be alive. Eternity Ring, Sister Light, others also.
Okay, few in here for Darren. You, Daryl?
I narrowed it down to 3 runners, Clyde. The 1, 8, and 10, and the 8 and 10, my 2 preferred runners. Wakanda, Clyde, 7 furlongs is a distance.
Okay.
She's drawn 2 now. Go back to that run to Bureau de Lejeune.
Yeah.
I think she's 5.5 kilograms better off, and she's better over the 1400.
Better off with Emerald.
With Bureau.
Oh, with Bureau, sorry, yeah.
So, super fit from a 2 draw, a lot in her favor. Princess Philippa will certainly get closer to her. She likes this track and trip. 3 kilograms better off? Should strip fitter. And then, obviously, you can't discount the chance of number 1, Emerald Princess Clyde. This filly keeps on raising in the rating, keeps on being raised in the ratings, and keeps being consistent. But she did pick up a hefty penalty last time out when she won that race in the boardroom. So she's got a big weight to shoulder, but she does turn it on. So
and she finished ahead of Wakanda, right? In that Bureau de Lejeune, yeah.
So Clyde, 1, 8, and 10.
Okay. So it does appear to be quite tough in the race. Here's what we're doing, the exactors. We've got some exactors lined up for you. We'll put that up for you, race number 8, where they are betting 9-2 the field. Yeah, here it is. And the exactor is 1, 8, and 10 boxed. right, the last time today, if you're watching this Saturday live, this being recorded Friday, of course, and it's the WSB Supporters of South African Horse Racing. It's a handicap it's a divided handicap at the 79 level, and it's for fillies and mares over 1,400 meters. Daryl Marie's with me. I'm going to talk to him quickly. He's brought some donuts. Doesn't help. These things don't help sciatica. It's a problem. I understand that.
I'll have them.
But as long as
No one's forcing you.
No, I'm just saying. Bring them in for every time you catch or you win. It's good in you. I'm happy with that.
Well,
Now let's talk about...
I brought them in because we're going to have a good day, so I know.
Wallah, shallah. Okay. In the beginning. Let's talk about that. In the beginning.
Yeah. Can't fault her, Clyde.
There she goes. Come from that last form line, right?
She's probably going to be dropped in from that wide draw. We'll be doing her best work late. If you're a ratings man, you'll go out and take whatever price about number 4. Give me a light. Ran well above her rating last time out. Gets fitted with blinkers and a great draw. So she's probably the filly to beat.
Okay.
Clyde, this number 7, Save the Queen. She improved in her third start. She beat an Iron Tail, who came out and won, but then lost the race in the boardroom.
Yeah.
That was Open Company. Here's a Silvana filly, Clyde, that's improving with racing, drawn 1, a lot more to offer. So I've got respect for her. Even a filly or a mare like number 3, Dancing Arabian, could certainly run into the money. I'm not following my favorite filly in training, ipso facto, this time round, Clyde, but I'm very keen to see how she goes, because in her next start, if she drops a pound or 2, I think she'll, in the right field, she'll be the right one. So for me, 4 from 7, plays chance to the 3.
Okay. Let me ring Darren in now. Darren, you heard Daryl. What's your take on it?
I think Give Me a Light's a 1,400 meter horse, because in her penultimate start behind United Council, she didn't round a race off. And then last time out, good third behind Ororari Gold. That was a strong lineup. The drop-in trip and the blinkers, I think, is ideal. So I think she's got every chance of winning. I made the danger Quasi's Lady. Now, this filly was very unlucky not to beat Save the Queen last time out. She had a lot of running in her, but all the gaps didn't open properly. I think she could reverse the form on Save the Queen, but I would include both into trifectas.
All right. Well, you've heard that from both of our guys here. I'm still on in number 5 in the beginning. I don't mind that form line where There She Goes we saw, because we actually had a go with There She Goes just the other day. So we're happy with that. And the boys have worked out this for the last race. This is what they're doing, the 9th race. Darren Burrows, he's very keen on Give Me a Light, and it's currently priced up at 7-2.